Hello everyone, let's go over what I've covered in today's lecture. So the first thing we did is we built the universal data path by slowly adding on different RISC-V instruction formats to our CPU until we finally supported all of the RISC-V instructions so that they can execute in one single cycle. I do want to point out that not all units, aka the hardware units, are used by all instructions. We also talked about how there's 5 phases of execution. Specifically, we first fetch the instruction with instruction fetch, then we decode the instruction with instruction decode, then we execute, so this is like doing the branching and doing the ALU operation. Then we have our memory stage, which is reading or writing to DMEM. And finally, we have write back, which is selecting which thing we want to write back to our reg file. So those are the 5 different phases of execution within our simple RISC-V processor, though note that not all stages are active for every single instruction. The only instruction that really uses all stages is the load instruction. The other thing we discussed is how the controller specifies how to execute different instructions. So the controller is really the brain of the CPU. So we always call the CPU as the brain of the computer, but the control logic is really the brain behind this decision. The data path is really just a dumb set of wires that's like, I can do everything, but I have no idea how to do anything. The controller is the thing that is telling it, or the control logic is the thing that is telling it, what wires do I need to activate to basically execute whatever instruction I have just read. And the thing is with this control logic abstraction from our data path, it allows us to actually very easily implement new instructions by mainly just modifying our control logic. Some instructions we might even be able to modify just our control logic to implement, as our data path might already support it natively. And if you're wondering about some of those types of examples, I really do recommend that you take a look at some of our old exams, as we have had plenty of exam problems that add new instructions to our data path with some minor changes, and they walk through what we need to do for those.